I'd like to thank David Shweki for his days and nights in trying to help Am Yisrael. The Gemara tells us that whenever 10 Jews get together, the Shekhinah is present, the Spirit of Hashem is present. Especially a gathering like this, where the focus is Torah, the focus is the advice, the guidance of one of the tzaddikim, great tzaddikim that lived 200 years ago. We certainly believe that the Spirit of Hashem is present, and I hope that each and every one of us will feel that and experience it in the things that we're looking for in our lives, spiritually, physically, in all ways. Most people, when they think of the Torah, they think of it as 613 commandments, the term commandments. Interestingly, in the Zohar HaKadosh, it refers to it as 613 pieces of advice, etzot, guidance, advice. Every single mitzvah in the Torah, every single story that appears in the Torah is a guide, which if we understand it correctly, we can apply it in our own lives to be able to enhance our lives and improve them in every way. And I'm going to try to point out some of these critical pieces of advice that Rabbi Natan presents, coming from different parts of the Torah, that relate especially to the subject matter that we're basing this on, which is Zivugim, marriages, and we'll try to present this. Any questions afterwards will be open to questions, additional items for discussion, and there's a card here with an email address if anybody wants to be in touch further. We'll be more than happy. Baruch Hashem, we have thousands of CDs available on the internet and off the internet for further study. One of the most famous, simple stories that Rabbi Nachman told that each and every one of us can use in our life. He told about a person who lived in a village, very poor. This person would dig clay for a living, clay, and sell it in construction. One day, while digging, he discovered a fabulous diamond. And he took this to the local jeweler, who looked at this and told him immediately, this is way out of my league. If you want to have this appraised properly, you're going to have to go to a city like London, Paris, and present it there. This is certainly worth a large fortune. When he heard about this, the person said, travel to London, Paris. I can't afford to travel to the next city. The jeweler looked at him and implying, do whatever you have to, because once you get this appraised and sold, travel won't be a problem in your life. So sure enough, he went on to sell just about everything he had, just in order to purchase the transportation to be able to get to the port, where he could try to get a ship to be able to get to London. Arrives at the port, approaches the captain of the ship, and tells him, it's true that I don't have money to pay for a cabin, but I'm going to show you what I do have, and I'm going to London now with the intention to sell this, and once it's sold, you can be sure I'll be able to afford whatever the price is. The captain looks at it, understands, and says, come with me. He gives him a first-class cabin on the ship, and he tells him everything is on the house. Feel comfortable, feel at home, you'll be taken care of. And sure enough, the captain took a liking to him and would come to visit him. The trip would take a little longer than a week, and the captain would come in twice a day to talk, to schmooze. And they developed a rapport. As they're getting on to the trip, 4 or 5 days into the trip, now every time he would eat, he would enjoy putting this diamond on the table, feeling that it would help his digestion. person's in a happy frame of mind, they can digest the food better. One day, as many of us are familiar, at the Shabbos table sometimes, or sometimes late at night, the person's eating, they get drowsy, they doze off, and he fell asleep at the table. The bellboy comes in, sees the tablecloth with the dishes, everything, wraps it up quickly, opens the photo, tosses it out, and leaves. He wakes up, short while later, looks at the table, realizes what happened, and starts analyzing the possibilities. Certainly one of the easiest things to do would be to open the porthole and jump out also, rather than trying to contemplate what the captain's going to do to him when he figures out that he can't pay for the captain, can't pay for anything. That would be easy, that would be simple and quick. Thinking, and comes to the conclusion that the best possible choice of how to handle this would be, he can't let on that anything is wrong. He's got to be able to portray, because the moment the captain realizes something's wrong, it's all over. So sure enough, as difficult as it was, and all of us could imagine how difficult, captain comes in a couple hours later, smiling and everything, how's it me, how's that? And he's got to put on the exact same face as he did up until then. Gets past the first round, the following day, the morning visit, sure enough, he's trying with everything he can possibly muster up to play a good poker, to put on a face exactly the captain shouldn't get any iota of an idea that anything is wrong. Second round, third round, fourth round, now they're scheduled, they're coming closer, and they're going to be in London in 2 days. 48 hours more for this. The captain comes in the following day and says, I need to speak to you, I need to discuss something very important with you. Is it okay? Sure, sit down, please. The captain says, I want you to know that one of the reasons for this trip for me is that I negotiated a deal for a shipload of wheat that's worth in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe millions of dollars. And everything was in place, but now they're insisting they want another signature on the document besides me. Even though they've done business with me in the past, they want someone else to co-sign this deal. Would you be willing? Sure, gladly. Where do I sign? He says, as soon as we get to London, I'll go with you, we'll go to the lawyer, you'll sign the papers. He says, of course, no problem. The next 24 hours go by, they get to London, the captain says, I know, I'm sure you have your own business to do, but please, let me get this out of the way, this is very important to me. They go to the lawyer, they sign the papers, and the captain makes up where they're going to meet afterwards, and the captain has a sudden heart attack and dies. The captain dies. Rabbi Nachman says what ends up happening, because he co-signed on that deal, the deal went to him. The wheat was his. He got the whole shipment. Didn't matter to the people involved. They got their money, everything. The wheat went to him. And Rabbi Nachman summarizes this story by saying, the diamond obviously was not his. Proof is, we see he didn't end up keeping it. The wheat was obviously meant to be his. Proof is, he ended up with it. And the only reason why he got to his success was because he was able to hang in when the chips were down. He was able to keep up the smile. He was able to put on a pretense as if everything was good when it really wasn't. It really didn't feel that good. This is what led to this person's success. And Rabbi Nachman goes on to say that each and every one of us experiences different things in life, different circumstances, different situations where we have a choice. We're faced with a choice. We could put on a dark face, sad,